Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the Arena Open. If I do 8 match wins before 2 match losses in this run, I will make $2,500, so it's a big money day, and there's plenty of prizes along the way. But before I dive in, I want to remind you that if you enjoy this video and are enjoying my draft content, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Let's open a good rare. Let's go. Okay. Whew, yikes, this is not a good rare. Kaya Geist Hunter, not really even a playable rare, so we are going to avoid that one and move on to the rest of the pack. We do see Bleed Dry, though. I love starting a draft with a Bleed Dry, and it's just a great card. One of the best removal spells in this set at common. Probably just the best common removal spell, because it kills anything you want, and it's a pretty fine start to a draft if we aren't going to be able to open a good rare. So one of the better commons. I would have preferred, obviously, to open like a Tox roll or something, but there's packs 2 and 3 for that. I like to generally stay pretty open, even though this is like a competition where you get massively rewarded for high rolling into later. Like if you just go 8-0, you get way more rewards than going like 1-0. So like it would make more sense to be like, okay, if I had the choice between going 8-0 versus 0-2 4 times, it's better to do that than go like 3-2 every time. But I still just try to stick with my same draft strategy. What just happened? I'm so confused. Well, this is an auspicious start. We didn't get past the bomb rare, but our neighbor did. Neighbor, I mean, we didn't open one, but our neighbor did. And this is one of the best rares in the entire set. And we already have a Bleed Dry. So we're pretty much just locked into playing black at this point, and we'll just figure out what our second color is, because I don't think I'm going to move off of these 2 cards. I'm incredibly confused. There is no uncommon in the set better than Dreadfeast Demon. I'm confident of that fact. And we've got an absolute madman drafting next to us. Just some psychopath that just is hard affording black, maybe, which could mean that we're about to get hooked up. So, very excited for this draft now. Getting past Dreadfeast Demon, who knows what we'll see pack 3. Probably not another Dreadfeast Demon, because the person passing to us probably would have taken it. Okay, the person passing to the person passing to us would have taken it. Okay, so since we know we're playing black, we can take a card like Skull Scab aggressively, because we know that we're going to be playing the color that it's in. I think blue-black is a solid color combination. It's one that I personally enjoy. I think I've had a lot of success with red-black. Since I know I'm playing black, though, I'm happy to take the Skull Scab here over the Lantern Bearer. If I didn't have as committal of a start, Lantern Bearer might edge out the Skull Scab, because it's able to, like, if I did transition out of a black deck, it would work. But since I'm locked into playing black at this point because of my 2 powerful cards, I'm going to be able to scrap together enough playables to make black a fine color. And so I'm going to take this Skull Scab, because it just leaves me more options later, because it'll keep other drafters from playing blue-black, and it'll give me a nice uncommon payoff for the deck. Thirst for Discovery, really good card in really any deck. Gift of Fangs is also solid, gives you good early interaction, but I like Thirst because it helps me find my Dreadfeast Demons more often. Just good card draw, and it also works well with the counter spells that I like to play. I really enjoy playing things like Siphon Essence and Syncopate in this set, and Thirst for Discovery plays great with those. So it's a great uncommon. I am tempted by this Gift of Fangs, because when you have a card as powerful as Dreadfeast Demon at the 7-drop slot, you just want to survive. But I think Thirst for Discovery is just a cut above replacement level there. It is also blue, so that is a factor, but my mind is telling me to take the Thirst for Discovery. I could take the gift and then try to just play black, like stay more flexible with black, but I think Thirst is enough better that it's worth taking. Now there's Foreboding Statue, but there's also Diagraph Scavenger. There's an Ancient Lumberknot, but I'm not as big of a fan of black-green as blue-black. I already have 2 good blue-black cards. Here, I do like taking a black card like Diagraph Scavenger over the Gluttonous Guest. I've just been more impressed by the Scavenger. It trades with everything. The True Life really adds up, both the draining and like the life loss they take and the life loss you gain. Graveyard Hate can matter. Statue has been okay, but it's also like a little finicky, and I just think Diagraph Scavenger is a rock solid card. Okay, now they're in this pack. There's a Gluttonous Guest, which is drawing my eye. nice defensive body to help me get to the late game. There is Persistent Specimen, but I'm not going to really prioritize that. And then there's also Evolving Wilds, which is a pet card of mine. Really helps out with these heavy, like double-colored card decks. But I think I'm just going to take the Gluttonous Guest. The life gain can really add up. The blood token is nice. I think it's just better than Persistent Specimen. Evolving Wilds is a nice card to have, but I'd rather just stick to my main color. Keep the deck flowing together. This is an interesting pack. Again, we see... I do like Reckless Impulse, and Red-Black is one of my favorite decks, but I do have two good blue cards. Don't think Courier Bat's very good for this deck, and I don't think Rot-Tide Gargantua is very good for this deck. So I think Chill of the Grave could be an option. I already have one zombie, two zombies, and Chill can do good work. I think it's better than Skywarp Scab. I have not been impressed by this card. So I think I'll take it. I'm not sure if I'll play it, though. Reckless Impulse is also a fine option, but Blue-Black has seemed open. Rot-Tide Gargantua is not a card I prioritize. This is an incredible pack. Wow. So I don't like the Binding Geist as much as these other black cards. Black is looking wide open. Diagraph Scavenger is quite good. I do like Blood Cray Socialite, but not as much in this deck. I like it better when it's paired with red, because then you can get more blood synergies from the red cards. Like, it works really well with the 3/2 in red that generates you blood constantly. I also like Blood Fountain. I'm going to take the Diagraph Scavenger, though. I think more life gain, more stabilization, and I can maybe get a Blood Fountain later. I found that card to be relatively clunky. Here it's between Stitched Assistant and Scattered Thoughts. I do have a Skull Scab, which could make Stitched Assistant a bit better, but I think Scattered Thoughts is a better card overall. And it helps me dig for my demon. I already do have a Thirst for Discovery, but I'm not going to really prioritize the 3-drops anyway, so I'm just going to take the Scattered Thoughts, I think. And Lunar Rejection Wield, kind of insane. Even though there's a couple of good red cards here, I'm very happy with my decision to go blue-black. We have a few different options at instant speed, so counter spells are going to be good in this deck because I already have 2 instant speed card draw spells, an instant speed bounce spell, instant speed removal. Just take the black card to not pass one. Same logic on this one, even though Skulking Killer is not good. Don't want to send any signals that black might be open to my neighbors. Wow, Last Pick Specimen could make the cut if I get enough exploit stuff. Okay. So this pack does not have a good blue or black card for me. I don't really want more than... I already have one Thirst, one Scattered Thoughts. I don't really need to prioritize any more than that. There is a Flameless Bolt, but that's not for my colors. Archghoul of Thraben does do some stuff as a 3/2 that dies into a scry. I don't love the Ceremonial Knife in this build. I could just take Fear of Death as a sideboard option. I could take Rot-Tide Gargantua. I think my gut is telling me to take Fear of Death just as an extra interaction spell for when I really need it in aggressive matchups. I don't really like the Archghoul of Thraben. I do have a few zombies. I'm probably going to wheel Fear of Death. Yeah, this card could be fine. Any card selection's good when you have Dreadfeast Demon. That's a pick where I wish I had taken the 3/2 over the Scattered Thoughts now, because I see a second Scattered Thoughts and I don't want to take it. This draft is going well so far, but I would like a few more removal spells. Okay, so far pack 2 is not off to as good of a start. There is Binding Geist. There's also Undying Malice. Grimm's Finder is not playable, so I really only have 2 options in this pack. I don't really prioritize the Undying Malice. It is good with, like, some of the exploit stuff you can do. Like, you can, like, Undying Malice and then exploit a card, but that's kind of finicky. I'll just take Binding Geist. Edgar's Awakening can be good. It definitely has potential to be good when you have enough blood tokens. I don't think it's particularly good for me. I don't want another persistent specimen. I just want a 2-drop that can defend me. So while I leverage my card draw on expensive stuff, and I can even sacrifice it later to the Demon or the Skull Scab, or any other exploit cards I get. So I think Steelclad Spirit is a good card for my deck. There's another specimen that I'm probably not going to play. I would only play one, I think. It's a fine one of, but not really a good 2 of. I'm a big fan of pointed discussion. It would kind of fill out my card draw suite. I think I don't need another Archghoul of Thraben. Pointed discussion has been good for me. Especially in best of 3 where I can like sideboard it out if it looks like it's going to be too slow. Don't like Wretched Throng. It just is so low impact. I'd rather just not play like 4 2-1s in my deck. Aim for the Heads of Fine sideboard card too, but I'm just going to take the grindy option. Now I get a Syncopate, really good pickup for the deck. I have a lot of instant speed stuff. So Syncopate works well, and it can also fill a 2-drop roll. Repository Scab is fine as well, helps me get back Bleed Dry. But I have a lot of 4-drops already. I have these 2 are really good. A couple of like good card advantage / selection cards. So I think I'm just gonna take Syncopate, be pretty happy with it. If I can't get more Bleed Dries and stuff, I'll just take the good counter magic. Witness the Future can be a good sideboard card in best of 3. Really gives you flexibility on if you get your bomber countered or something. But I like getting Steelclad Spirit. It works well with the exploit synergies, and I just like having an extra defensive tool. My deck has a lot of slow, clunky card advantage stuff, and so a 3/3 is just really good for holding down the fort in the meantime. And I can always sideboard it out if it looks like a matchup where it's not going to be relevant. Really filling out the early part of my curve nicely. I think Alchemist's Retrieval is just not very good. Just going to take him the Binding Geist. This can be fine graveyard hate, but I'm just going to take the Undying Malice. Sometimes that's playable. Wow, wheeling that. I knew the Fear of Death would wheel, though. I'm glad we get that. It's at the very least going to be a fine sideboard card. Not sure if I'm going to miss out on a Blood Fountain, or if I'd even have wanted one over a Diagraph Scavenger. I'm pretty happy with my deck right now. I feel like a green deck is more likely to overlap with the cards that I want than the white decks, so I'm just going to take the green card out of the equation. Wow. Catilda's really good. Kind of an unfortunate one, but I mean, that's not my color. It is still very good, though. There is a Gift of Fangs in the pack and a Storm Chaser Drake. Kind of a close pick, honestly. Because Drake is a 2/1 for 2 with flying. It just attacks really well. I don't really have stuff that's going to target it, though. So I might just prefer Gift of Fangs as early interaction, because I do lack early interaction. And I feel like I care more about killing their stuff than about getting a proactive threat. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Gift of Fangs. It's a close pick, though. I wouldn't fault someone for taking the 2/1. It's just my deck isn't going to have stuff that works with the 2/1, probably. In all likelihood. Invitation is not good for me. Cradle of Safety has some potential. Turns on those as attackers. I don't need more 4-drops. Ragged Recluse is not particularly good for me. Could take the statue, but it is kind of a slow card. I think I'm going to take the statue over the Cruel Witness and over the Cradle of Safety. I've not been impressed by Cradle. Okay, this is a good pack for me. Nice to get another Lunar Rejection. These cards that just cantrip me through my deck and slow my opponent down are going to be great for finding my Dreadfeast Demon. Wow, late Blood Tithe Harvester. Path of Peril, not a card I can play. There's a Steelclad Spirit and another Gift of Fangs. There's also Stitched Alchemist. I'm just going to take another Gift of Fangs. I already have 2 Steelclad Spirits, so I don't want to have too many cards that can't attack. It's also, like, you don't need that many Steelclad Spirits to lock up the ground, and Gift of Fangs can kill flyers and stuff like that. I already have 1 Undying Mouse. I'll take a Cradle in case there's a matchup for it. I can side it in. Wow, Biolume Egg. I have 1 Skull Scab right now. Huh. Am I going to wheel that Stitched Assistant? Maybe. I think it's worth speculating on because it'll make my deck significantly better if I do get it. Repository Scab's nothing too impressive right now. I already have 2 Steelclad Spirits. I don't really need the Evolving Wilds. Even if I only get 1 more exploit card, it might be worth playing the egg. It blocks, it scries me through my deck. It's even a card to sacrifice to Dreadfeast Demon. Close now. Now that I have the Biolume Egg, I think I want to take Stitched Assistant over the Blood Fountain. Because now I can play the egg. If I just ever need a random 2-drop, I think Desperate Farmer is still better. Not going to need to play this Malice. Not going to need this Persistent Specimen. Wow, that makes my deck so much better. Oh my gosh, what a pickup. That's a huge pickup. Oh my gosh, makes my egg so much better. Wow, that is a gift. Not as big of as a gift of getting past this card. So I'm going to play 17 lands in this deck. I think I'm going to cut this guy. Archghoul. Chill of the Grave. Those are just cards that I immediately like to cut. I like having the 3 Steelclad Spirits. They really stabilize me and I can sacrifice them if I need to. I like the 2 Gift of Fangs as well. They can even let me attack with these spirits. Fear of Death is a good sideboard card. Cradle's a good sideboard card. Chill can be fine sideboard card. I don't need the statue. I have a lot of stuff to do at the low end of the curve. Don't really need to ramp it out of 5/5. It's just too slow. I think it's a lot of matchups I can side it in. Specimen gives me another thing to sacrifice, but I feel like I'll be fine sacrificing Steelclad Spirits or Binding Geists. Do I want Malice? Probably not. Just need 1 more cut. Desperate Farmer is good with sacrifice stuff. I could just cut a Binding Geist. I think I'm going to do that. Because I have a lot of 3-drops. I think Desperate Farmer is a nicer role in the deck. Gives me some life gain. Along with the Scavenger. This is the deck, I think. I really like the build. I think Specimen would be a fine option. But I think I'm also going to be just fine with this. looks good. I'm excited to try it out. Let's see my color distribution, 1410. I don't have a ton of double black cards. They're more expensive anyway, so I like having slightly more blue so I can get the steel-clad spirits down early. Got good card draw. Really liking the look of this deck. I can always make some changes later, but I'll see you folks in the matches. It is once again time to shout out the P to the A to the TREON, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, spicing up the credits section of this video. If you are enjoying my video, you want to find out more about supporting my content and helping our community continue to flourish, thrive, and grow, check out the description link to the Patreon page. It is a place where you can support my content directly, gain access to some cool rewards like my tier list for each set and other bonus content, and you can choose any amount you want. It really does have a lot of flexibility to it, and it can be canceled anytime if you decide you don't like my content anymore or whatever circumstances come up in life. It really is a great system for helping to support the creators you enjoy. Hopefully I can count myself among one of those, but regardless, I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We are on the draw with an interesting hand already. We're going to keep it. If we hit one land, our hand just works perfectly. And if we hit an island in our first 2 draws, we're in really good shape. Okay, I'm going to be writing down all the cards my opponents play. And I have more islands than swamps, so that's nice. Okay, they're playing black-green. Not a particularly scary color combination. Okay, Sporeback Wolf. Big draw, there we go. That is problematic. I won't have the life to play pointer discussion, so I need to hit an island here. Perfect. I can Gift of Fangs and Steelclad Spirit and then double block this thing. No blocks. Okay, so I'm just going to bounce the Ancient Lumberknot. Sure thing. Okay, if I hit an island, I'll be in okay shape there. I'm glad they used their massive might now. Unfortunately, we're dead. I'm not super worried about their deck, though. They have a lot of bad cards that just fold to them thing, and I had a really clunky draw. Fear of Death is not going to be good against them, though. Neither is Binding Geist going to be particularly useful, because they're just going for the high toughness thing. Undying Malice is good against Grisly Ritual. And Chill of the Grave could be good as well.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Tough loss. I mean, I had to keep a bad hand on the draw.
It was like very marginal but keepable, and then I got the clunky version of it. Okay, this is a good hand. I have both my colors, which is a big improvement over last time. I don't need to get the card from that. I can get cards from this and this. They have a Doom Dissenter. So they didn't have anything to cast that turn. Or this turn? I'm confused. Gonna want to hit my land drops, I think. I could just tap their guy down and hit them, though. I think this is better. Interesting. Now that I have it here... Okay, so they have a Bleed Dry. So that makes me not want the, They're at a multiple of 6, so I can kill them with Dreadfeast Demon at my leisure. We tap out for it again. So I have 12 power in the air. And a bounce spell for if they play a reach creature. They have 2 Unhallowed Phalanxes. Okay, got the win. Okay, I'm gonna take out the Undying Malice because they have Bleed Dry.
Oh.
I'm gonna play Cradle of Safety, I think. Don't really want the Specimen. Doesn't trade with any of their creatures. It does chump block. But this should be okay. My vampire things aren't the best. But we got game 2. If they don't have the Ancient Lumbernaught, they can't win, I don't think. So we have to just kill that at all costs. This is an okay hand. Okay. My goal is to play Desperate Farmer and then exploit the Skullscab to itself. So hopefully they play like Sporeback Wolf here. Change of plan. Gonna get the Gluttonous Guest out first, because it can block the Spore Crawler. Oh, huge draw. So they have 3 cards left. Gonna try to do this in the same turn. Okay, they got the Lumberknot. I guess they get to eat that with their Sawblade Slinger. This is Screaming +2/+2 combat trick. So they have Massive Might here. I block here. They use Massive Might. They can no longer attack me on the next turn. They have massive might, so I can attack. And then finish it off with Gift of Fangs. They'll no longer have massive might. I'll have my Diagraph Scavenger to help me stabilize. I'm just hoping to draw something at that point. Yep. So I can block this all day long. I've got my Scavenger. Oh, another Massive Might. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're in okay shape now. We're just looking for Dreadfeast Demon. Their thing's gonna flip eventually. We have the Death Toucher to trade with it though. And they're gonna start drawing lands, I think. Okay. This is a Razor's close game. Super close, super close. Yep. This is just a disaster. Okay, so I have 17 cards left in my deck. What would be good? Bleed Dry would be great. Scatter Thoughts would be great. Thirst for Discovery is amazing. Okay, so what do I have left? So I've gotten rid of their toughness stuff. So now I just have to find my Dreadfeast Demon, and I have Cradle of Safety to protect it. Just have to hope it's not my literal bottom card, but I know it's not because I scryed 2 Steelclad Spirits to the bottom. This is a nightmare. I have 11 lands drawn. I have 1 in the graveyard, 2 in the graveyard. That's 13 of my lands. So I have 4 lands left in the deck. This will be a great turn to draw Scatter Thoughts or Demon. Oh my gosh. I have so many good draws right now. That is not good to see. So I've used both scavengers, both lunar projections, my bleed dry. I have my exploit, my 3/3 exploit guy. Oh my gosh, they have another one. I can't believe it. Huge draw.
Still in the game.
They have some unhallowed phalanxes in there somewhere to draw. I'm 1 point off of being able to swing for lethal.
Yes! Wow. Almost lost that one. That was so close. Wow. They had 3 ancient lumber knots. That's insanity. Oh my gosh. I have flooded so hard.
But I think they might have had all lands in hand, and so it just looked like they had a lot going on. But oh my gosh, that last second 3/3 that I got last pick in one of my packs. Oh my gosh. Nice! Let's go. Round 2. Always great to start with a win. Whew. Wow, that was tense. Win the die roll. Good opening hand. Let's go. Wow. At the end there, I was worried I was just going to flood myself into oblivion. Knife, sure. It's a pretty slow card. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this exchange. This game's going swimmingly. Well, I now have a game plan. Okay, so we've seen Ceremonial Knife.
Okay, Angie is terrifying. Luckily, they can only play one of those. I'm just writing down all the cards I see. I'll finish writing those down in a second. That was an unfortunate series of events. Maybe I was supposed to keep the Steelclad Spirit and ditch the Stitch Assistant. I just want lands to play my demon. So they have Ancestral Anger. Gift of Things. Reckless Pulse. They're going to have unlimited blood tokens no matter what I do here, pretty much. So I'm just going to try and slow them down. That's unfortunate, to say the least. Gosh darn it. In so much trouble. Angie is like a disgusting rare. Come on, deck. Give me a land. So they can sacrifice 3 more blood tokens this turn. I pretty much just need to find an answer to the Angie. Or I lose. Maybe I had to bounce it. So I'm at a virtual 5. If I sack 3 things, I'm at a virtual 3. But it could give me a chance to find Bleed Dry, which I need to win. I'm fairly certain I need Bleed Dry to win. Unfortunate. Angie is just a messed up card. Why, Bleed Dry, have you forsaken me? Gosh, I would have won this game so easily if Angie wasn't involved. But then again, if Dreadfeast... I mean, even if there wasn't a Dreadfeast unit... Oh my gosh. I only have one answer to Angie in my entire deck. Well, their deck looks disgustingly broken. This does nothing. What do we see? We saw 1 Gift of Fangs, 1 Blood Tithe Harvester. Anything else? My 1 toughness creatures aren't good, but I don't really have any of those. Still don't really want those guys. Against their Ballista Watcher pinging me. Gonna do it like this. Gosh darn it. Angie is so gosh darn powerful. Ugh. So I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of their cards. So almost half of their playables. And the only one that I'm worried about is Angie. So let's just try and find an answer to Angie and then we'll be fine. We're going to keep this. need to hit a land, but it's the way it goes sometimes. And they mulliganed. That's good. Oh. Okay, so they're land light, it looks like. Maybe Desperate Farmer can connect a couple times. I can assistant away the Steelclad Spirit to hit them for 4 lifelink. Belligerent Guest, eh? Don't want to try and kill that one. That will end badly. Belligerent Guest. Blood Petal Celebrant, sure. Maybe I need to take out my Gift of Fangs. Missing lands. I have such a clean answer to this guy. I don't really want to sacrifice it for no reason. Ancestral Anger, sure. Gonna hold up my Syncope, my Lunar Rejections. I have my blockers all set for whatever they're up to. If I bounce a card to their hand on their end step, they'll have to discard it or discard something. They have 3 times Ancestral Angers. Blank them for a turn. Fearful Villager. So they did have the last land. I knew they had the Fearful Villager in their deck. I have another Lunar Rejection, so this should be fine. I like that order exactly. Now I have Bleed Drive to deal with Angie if they try to play it. Sure. Not really needing that right now. So now that I have 7 lands, I can afford to just discard all my extra lands to blood tokens. Sure. I could just get super aggressive and put Gift of Fangs on Gluttonous Assistant and hit them for 3, 6, 9, 13. Gluttonous Guest, I mean. And then I'll play Diagraph Scavenger, exile their guest, put them down to 2 more damage. I think they have to trade here. Got the win in game 2. Okay, so we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know 14 of their cards. What removal have we seen? Not much. We've only seen Blood Tithe Harvester. We've only seen 1 card that dies to a Gift of Fangs. I mean, this card can't possibly be right to play. Maybe something like that. A lot of the cards have abilities. Maybe I need this on the draw. Maybe I can't afford to play Point of Discussion on the draw. Maybe try it like that. Okay, I'm on the draw this time. Hoping their draw isn't too good. Gonna keep this. Okay, so they have Ancestral Angers in their deck, so this thing's kind of scary. Yeah. This is a lot of damage. I should have hit them for 2 first. That was bad. Did they literally draw their 3rd Ancestral Anger? I can't believe it. It's a joke. You've got to be kidding me. You're kidding. Oh my gosh. They have more? Just absurd. Hoping to avoid extra trample damage where I can here. Yep, they got something, don't they? Actually, insanity here. You're kidding me. Oh my gosh. What? You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. That's a good sideboard tech, but still. This is just nutty. Holy heck. Wow. I'm gonna lose this game so badly. Wow. They just happened to hit all 3 of their combat trick. Yep. Wow. That's just a disaster. That one felt real bad to lose. That last game felt like they just had everything work out perfectly for them. They had the aim for the head, the abrade, all 3 ancestral angers. I also drew badly because I drew like all my card draw spells and none of my creatures. I guess I drew some creatures. Wow. That was a shame. Oh, that was just real bad. Oh my gosh. I've never beaten Angie, I don't think ever. That card is just actually unreal. And so the fact that I lost to it in this is really annoying. Oh man. Was there anything I could have done there? Maybe if I had sideboarded in the extra -2/-0 aura, I could have survived. Because I could have put it onto their guy, their 1/3, and I would have been able to survive. Gosh, I knew I should have done that. Sideboarding. It could have saved me. I could have won that game. Sometimes it's just not your day, though. That's just unlucky. Our deck needed like one more bleed dry to be actually good. Currently, it's just a bit of a pile. We just don't have the interaction we need, I guess. Might just be one of those days. This is a vampire? Oh, I'm trash. I'm so bad. Just compounding errors there. I thought this was a human. Could have just hovered over and checked, but you know. Wow. Can't believe it. I never play against this card because it's terrible, and then it wrecks me in 2 ways because I suck. Gosh. Well, there's one winnable game down the drain. Oh my gosh. My mental is trash right now. That flame breather game really screwed me up. I don't really bounce back from stuff like that very well. I've noticed I almost always lose the next match after a match like that, which is really unfortunate. I need to get better at it. I'm trying my best, but I just keep my mind just gets distracted thinking about it, and so I just make terrible plays. This is such a bad hand, but I have to keep it. It just has nothing to do on the first 4 turns of the game. I haven't said anything for like a minute. I don't really want to trade with this. If 3 is the price I pay for holding back these two, it's pretty reasonable. I feel like I'm losing this game badly. I had a really bad hand in terms of how much mana was in it. Just gonna hold up both of these. I might need the bleed dry. I know they have +3/+3 in their deck. Whoa, I'm alive. I'm alive. Now I actually feel like I have a chance of winning this game, which is always a good mental space to be in. I mean, I have to untap, but that could happen. This game is super close, I feel like. If I find my demon, I should win if I draw it this turn. Maybe. Looks like they probably have a removal spell. And I'm in trouble. Oh, we got trouble. Right here in River City. That's trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for millipede. No. Oh, thank goodness. The vampire assassin has returned. That's the best they have to offer on this turn. I'm in okay shape. Basically neutralize that threat. I'm going to hold up my blood token and also this syncopate. Just in case they want to go for something. It's super risky to play this, but I'm going to do it. Put them all out on the board. Sure. I have to hope Dreadfeast Demon isn't like literal bottom card in my deck. Come on, Dreadfeast Demon. I know you're in there. I don't have any other ways to get through this board state. Just absolute horror show if I can't find this demon. It's got to be somewhere. Okay, so I can bounce this, kill this, get a big attack in. If they mill 3 cards. Oh, a red mana. That is potentially worrisome. Counter unless they pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, demon. I know you're in there. Oh, man. I don't think this game is winnable if it's my bottom card. I might be able to win it with my second bottom card. Maybe I won't have any creatures left to sacrifice by the time that I get done with this block. Hmm. Imagine if this block worked. That would be insanity. They have +3/+3 for somewhere, I think. Thank goodness I get the scry, so it won't be my bottom card. Start writing down the cards that they have. Parasitic grasp. You're kidding me. They have Olivia Crimson Bride too. I'm gonna sacrifice the egg. I'll get it at the beginning of their end step. Have I used both digraphs? I have. Used both Binding Geists. How many lands do I have left? I have 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I have all lands left. 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, I have all lands left in my deck. So this is what I got. Also, Dreadfeast Demon, my literal last spell. Not shocking, but that's how it goes. So I can freely sacrifice my lands to get this guy through for damage. They were trying to get back with Olivia. Or not. So this thing will stick back to block that. They don't have any flyers to get back. Perfect. This thing having lifelink is pretty nice here. So I can go block, block, block. If they attack all. I need to hope they don't draw a spell. They have 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the odds of them drawing a spell are pretty high. That's a problem. C'est un problème. Do they really only have one mountain to splash with? That's insane. I could just be dead. The way I drew my cards this game was not strategical. I'm giving them another draw, but I don't want to lose to a combat trick. Yes! So Binding Geist does not trade very well at all because they have 3 Sporeback Wolves. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I wrote down the Millipede. Did I write down Gift of Fangs? No, I did not. Edgar's Awakening. Child of the Pack. Rural Recruit. They have 2 Spore Crawlers. And a Rural Recruit. So I know basically their entire deck. I will say Gift of Fangs does not seem to line up very well with their cards. It kills Sporeback Wolves and Moldgraft Millipedes. Kind of want this. It's bad against Gift of Fangs. On the draw, I don't think I can afford Point of Discussion. Fear of Death is really good against some of their stuff. I could mill my Dread Feast Demon, but I'm going to have to take that chance. They do not have a lot of removal. Binding Geist seems bad in the matchup. Okay, so I know basically their entire deck. We'll keep it. Statue could be good. They have a couple ways to kill it, but if they don't kill it, it'll take over. So they don't have a combat trick in hand right now, or at least I don't think. Okay, so they got that. One of the only cards that I have not seen yet. Weaver of Blossoms. And cross it off the list. It's where I hope they don't have their Gift of Fangs. I guess Parasitic Grasp would also do it. Gosh, I've not had good draws today. My lands have just not cooperated here. I don't know. At least my opening hands haven't been great, feels like. Fair. If this foreboding statue dies, I might just lose the game. It might just be GG, because I won't be able to cast a spell next turn. Weaver Blossoms will flip. Literal worst draw in my deck. Not even close to, yeah, not even close. Literal worst draw. Focus, focus. I'll just focus on the stuff I can control, which is currently not much, but I'm one swamp away from actually just landing Dreadfeast Demon and potentially winning, because they do not have removal for it. That I've seen, at least. Come on, Swamp. I know you're in there. I have 8 of you in the deck. Roughly slightly higher than 1 in 4 odds. 8 out of 28. You've gotta be kidding me. You've got to. You're joking me. Holy heck. It's insane. I don't understand. What did I do to deserve such a fate? Oh my gosh. That's just literally the game, pretty much. Oh my gosh. Just... So their massive might is gone, or one of them is. I can't believe it. I honestly am in shock. Just criminal. Cannot catch a break. Yes, sir, it does become nighttime. So they don't have Massive Might. They could still have Undying Malice. I'm going to try to avoid giving them a chance to use their spells. Come on, Swamp. Please. I'm begging you, game. I don't understand. I've just drawn only islands in the critical 3rd game of a big match, and I'm just gonna lose horrifically because of it. It's just such a shame. So I can now play around Parasitic Grasp slash Witch's Mallet slash Undying Malice by quad blocking. If they Alpha Strike, I might just be dead. Because I have to keep this guy alive, which means I can't block with it. Gosh. They're just deciding whether or not to attack with all. They have +3/+3. It's probably smart to do so. Snap blocks. Force them to use their combat trick on their sharpshooter. Always nice to get color screwed in key matches for so many turns. Remember when I had 28 cards in my deck and I was hoping to draw a swamp? 4 turns ago? Or 3 turns ago? I remember. They're just going to kill my Thresher and I lose. Okay, they've used their Witch's Web. And Hookhand Mariner may have been the last card I didn't know about. I don't think they have any combat tricks left. Yes! Yeah, they don't have any combat tricks left if they didn't change their deck up. I see 1, 2. I just need to make sure that I don't die to their Alpha Strike. Second block, 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 block. Take 2, 5, 6, 7. I think they have one unknown card. They have 2 Sporeback Wolves left, a Pack-Song Pup. Nope, they already have the Pack-Song Pup in play. They have a Skulking Killer, 1 more Spore Crawler, a Blood Fountain. They already used the Millipede, I think. Yes, they did. They have a Parasitic Grasp, an Undying Malice. They have Olivia, Gift of Fangs, Edgar's Awakening, Child of the Pack. Those are all super beatable. Okay. I messed up. I thought that it was going to my end step. Don't know if it would have changed any of their attacks, but I hope it doesn't. Okay, they used Edgar's Awakening. Three, 5, 8. Some life gain will certainly be nice. So I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna have 1, 2. Even if they have Olivia, I still live at 1 life. And I don't think they have any combat tricks left. Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was a heck of a win. Did I just have an easy one? One of these times? Jeez, my heart. Just. Remember that match started with me gift-fangsing my opponent's vampire? Oh my gosh. I would like to win game 1. That would be nice. Thank goodness. Finally a hand with both my colors. Thank gosh. Lantern Bearer. Okay. Storm Chaser Drake. Looks like they're holding up a counter spell, so I can get them with my Scattered Thoughts or my Lunar Rejection or whatevs. Oh, that's going to work out nicely for me. Sacrificing itself. Jeez Louise. Playing on my Diagraph Scavenger. That's wild. Oh gosh. I was so happy because I had a hand that had both my colors, and then I just getting wrecked by my ferocious color screw. They have a counter spell for sure. Two can play at that game. If they have the protection enchantment, this is really bad. But if they want to counter it, they can counter it. I'm okay with that. Nice. That was a potentially dangerous attack if they decided to suit that guy up. Sure, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. They tapped out for a 6-drop right now. Oh, that would be glorious.
They can jump with the Catgeist if they want. Boom, bam, smack. Maybe they'll go get aggressive with some tapping out shenanigans, and I'll be able to land this demon. Oh, I think they have a counterspell, though. Makes it really hard to resolve a big demon when they have a counterspell. Got my Thirst for Discovery up. Huh. Tapping the one that ended up attacking them. It'll tap them out, and I can get my demon on the board. Should be good enough to win. So now I need to find a land so that I can't get syncopated for 1 again. Maybe they have a bounce spell. And I knew they got a counterspell. They had Syncopate. Also, I haven't been writing down their cards. So they have Scattered Thoughts. Chill of the Grave.
Syncopate. They killed one of my spirits. They have a braid. They have repository scab. Whispering Wizard. Rending Flame. Steel clad spirit. Egg can be sacrificed to the demon. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna have 5 blockers, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. That's really good for me, gaining 4 life. We have 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13 power. Three, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So my Gift of Fangs are really good here. They have some flying. How much interaction do they have? They have a lot of instant speed stuff. They only have 1 counter set I've seen so far. Undying Malice could be a good way to trade up on mana. Binding Guy seems good because it keeps their guy. It like deals with their flyers almost. I think I don't want Wanderlight Spirit. They have a lot of flying. I've seen a lot of their cards. Many, many spells. Okay, on the draw. I need to draw 2 lands for this hand to work. I need to mulligan this one. It's heinous. Okay. Sometimes you gotta go to 5. I have card draw on the deck, though, so I can make up for it. That is a problem, though. They have the Catgeist on turn 2 when I'm already mulliganed to Oblivion. This is gonna be tough. Playing around Syncopate. Could have played this so that I don't trade with the Catgeist, but I kind of am down to just make this get -2, -0. Okay. They can Syncopate this if they want. Gaining some life here is really nice for me. Sure, they could chump with this. But then they have to spend their turn, and I get 4 life, and they chump blocked, and... I'm just trying to stall till I find my card draw. They have a lot more cards than me right now. So I'm working with what I got, trying to get my life total high. That's big if this is their only attack. The Voldaren Epicure. Voldaren Epicure has never impressed me. Playing around Syncopate. Don't want to walk into Syncopate with my Binding Geist. I do want to keep gaining 4 life a turn, though. Wow, they elect to keep my tapped creature already tapped instead of hitting it with the Catgeist. That is an interesting choice. They have Blood Petal Celebrant. The fact that they've seen the demon means that they are going to hold up their Syncopate the whole game. Which gives me a lot more time to catch back up, make a comeback. Because I don't think they can beat the demon. So they're just holding up their Syncopate for dear life. Okay, they have 2 Chill of the Grave. Imagine if I drew Demon right here. That'd be insane. Oh no, they have Syncopate anyway.
Maybe if I'd played my land last turn, they wouldn't have gone for that line. I was thinking about using Gift of Fangs on Falconrest Celebrants, and I was like, no, no, Nikolai, don't do such a thing.
That's a good draw. We'll see where they put this Catgeist, but we can... Hopefully they put it on the Lantern Bearer and we can Gift of Fangs it. Maybe we'll draw our Diregraph Scavenger. Whew. I think one of their 5 cards is Syncopate. Yeah, one of them's that thing. They can counter this with Syncopate. Yep, they got me. Considering I mulliganed to 5 and they had a turn 2 Catgeist on the play, I think that went pretty well. Okay. We have a couple Chill of the Graves. Cradle of Safety could be good against that. They have a couple bounce spells too, though. Binding Guy seems real good against them. Brings their flyers and stuff. I will say I'm pretty happy I have this Wanderlight Spirit. I think I'm just going to run it back. Play, I know 1, 2, 3, 4. I know 18 of their cards, and none of them are that scary. It's about having a nice consistent draw. Okay, this is a good hand. Okay. Make them use their Syncopate now. Okay. Pretty good. Okay. We have a double block set up if we want it. Never mind. They have two Storm Chaser Drakes. And they've used both. They've used Celebrants, they've used Lantern Bearer. They've used one Chill of the Grave. They've used Alchemist Retrieval. I wonder if they'll just fire it off on the Storm Chaser Drake and trade with the Spirit. I wonder if they'll use Chill of the Grave? A Braid. Okay. Slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Hopefully we can close this one out. They have a lot of cards in hand. But I have a good board state, and they haven't shown me any massive creatures yet. Maybe I wasn't. I think I was supposed to attack. Get rid of a chump blocker. They've used their Braid. Yep. Close game. Gift of Fangs would be a good draw for me. Oh, they had Siphon Essence. Okay. Okay. They have to block two of my things, so let's just say they block there, there. Okay, let's see if this holds. Dang, they blocked. So, I mean, they obviously blocked my two highest power things. Makes sense. That can't block. I think I got this. Because I have Syncopate up. Another win for the good guys. Oh my gosh, these games have been so close. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait to be king. Wow. What a crazy event this has been. So much action all the time. Ooh, I just reached a payout boost. Let's go. Let's do a little check-in with the deck. I've liked all the cards. I have sided out point of discussion sometimes, but overall it's felt good. I think Chill of the Grave is an interesting one. I just don't think the card does enough. I've never really liked that sort of effect. It's never felt good to me. So maybe I'm just not using them right, but my deck isn't really aggressive, and I think it really shines in an aggressive deck. They're trying to intimidate me with the Fibblethip avatar. Okay, good hand. Especially decent on the draw. I'm fine to trade this Hellstinger with my Steelclad Spirit. 3-2 Death Touch is better than a 3-3 Defender. So I didn't really care about gifting it of Fangs. I'm going to want to avoid going to 2 life if I can. I'm going to have to kill that thing first. But I'm going to want to avoid going to 2 life against the Fellstinger. Because they can target me with it. Just going to play this. I know I could hold up my Syncopate, but I'd rather just hold up all my instants at once. And so this is a good turn to get down the Spirit. Decent turn at least. So they've gotten a little bit ahead in terms of card advantage here, but I have Scattered Thought to catch back up. Lunar Rejection can bounce the zombie token, so I'm in fine shape as long as they don't like have a discard spell here. I wish I hadn't aimed for the head as a sideboard card. That'd be good. It's a Cobbled Lancer, sure. Yep, my computer is charged. Sure. It's lagging a little bit though here. Not sure why. They have 6 cards in hand. I have 3. But they also have had an extra draw step. I have an extra land in play. The board state is roughly even. I mean, their board state's a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, but it's roughly even. Like, if these things trade off, then I have a Gluttonous Guest against their 2 guys. That's fine. So, pretty razor close game right now. Also, seeing that they have Headless Rider, that's probably one of their early pick rares. So, I don't really want to deal with them getting an extra velocity into 3-2 right now. I'll save the egg for when I have an exploit thing. I'll just cast Scattered Thoughts or bounce their zombie. Probably Scattered Thoughts, though. The zombie's not doing anything right now. I don't want to take this island. I'm going to be disciplined with it. I don't need an island right now. $21 cards, so halfway through my deck in the search for the demon. In many cases, the demon has been a dread slow demon, not showing up until late in the process. Gonna get another scry here. Diagraph Scavenger, not doing much. There's no creatures in the graveyard for the drains. They don't have a big ground creature. And this thing does trade with their threes, so this is fine. Let's play around Syncopate for one. They probably have it based on the fact that they played these two instead of playing this. Okay, yeah, that's going to be good. I can kill the Lantern Bearer and exile it. And Diagraph Scavenger's an above average draw. At least we'll have this thing going for a little bit. I'll shrink the Cruel Witness. That'll be fine. Am I okay if Desperate Farmer takes the Syncopate out of their hand? Probably. My 2/3 actually has decent attacks. It'll trade for this and this maybe. But if I attack with this and make this thing low power, they won't be able to do that. So that's pretty good. I have a lot of good draws. Like setting up the Scavengers is fine. 2 lands in the graveyard, 7 in play, so I only have 8 lands left, so about a little bit less than half my deck. Probably a relatively decent ratio, and then I've got a blood token in play. They have 4 cards in hand, but I have the decent board state. The flyer is a little bit problematic, but I can find an answer to it. See if they syncopate this. They do not. So my Desperate Farmer flips. Neat. And I'll be able to enable an attack with my Steel-clad Spirits this coming turn. Shrink their Cruel Witness down. Oh no, because Binding Geist didn't die. Right. They'll exile Cobbled Lancer, I presume. Close one. The fact that they have a Syncopate in their hand that they're saving is a little annoying. Okay, Diagraph Scavenger, sure. They want to trade with the Depraved Harvester, they're going to have to trade one of their Death Touchers. That is a problem. Knowing they have this card in their deck makes me worried, because I don't know if I can beat it in game 2 or 3. Lunar Rejection would be nice to draw. The way this game is played out has definitely favored them. Okay. I stopped writing down cards after a while. That was bad. I was very focused. What removal did I see? I saw Geistlight Snare. That's it, the counter they had. Lantern Bearer. Doomed Dissenter. They had 2 Lantern Bearers? No, they didn't. Oh, they did. Cruel Witness. Henrika. Okay. They have some sacrifice synergies, so this card could just be really bad. I didn't see any removal. Since no removal, that card's really good. I don't really want to use Fear of Death. I'm going to just assume that I'm not going to get beaten down too hard. They seem to have a slow control deck. It's a 5-lander, but it's got a couple of decent spells, and the blood token will help. Gotta be said, I'm pretty proud of how I've played this. Like, Arena Open so far, other than the somewhat egregious... Okay. I liked having the more information before making my choice on what to do there. Here's hoping no, Henrika. Crow Witness. Almost as bad. I miscounted my mana there for some reason. I was like, oh, I can go both of these in the same turn. Not that I really want to buy back anything with that. Just gonna focus on beating what I can see and hope they don't draw the Henrika here. So they're holding up Geist Snare. I'm going to discard the binding guys so I can shrink their cruel witness. That'll really help stem the bleeding. Can you imagine if I drew my Dreadfeast Demon? That would be a good draw. For once, I would like to draw the Dreadfeast Demon in the top half of my deck. It would be really swell to cast a big mana spell. Dang it. I was hoping that by singing I could make it come true. Okay. Oh, there's the demon. I see it there. It's so clear to me. I just need to cast it and I'll probably win. As long as I'm not already dead. Okay, they have 3 Lantern Bearers. Jeez Louise. Can't believe it. I'm gonna lose. My Dreadfeast Demon was just too late. They just any interaction and I'm dead. Yeah. Good game, opponent. If I had drawn this thing a turn earlier, I would have won. Because I could have stopped their blocks. I mean, their big attack there. Well, 3-2. Not a terrible record. I really played my heart out. Won the first round, lost the second one, won 2 in a row, and then lost in the 5th round. Disappointing, but such is the way of the game sometimes. My deck definitely had exploitable weaknesses. Huh. I mean, I had a Dreadfeast Demon, which is great. But, like, if you look at my interaction, I have a Bleed Dry and 2 Gift of Fangs. So this Bleed Dry was really the only thing I could use to kill things, which was a problem. If I'd had, like, a Hero's Downfall to supplement this, that would have been great. I mean, what I really lost to in the first time I got a loss, I lost to kind of them having an absurd draw. And then that last time, I also kind of lost to some absurd combos and stuff. I also didn't draw my Dreadfeast Demon enough to do well. If I had drawn that card more, I would have won more. That's just the way it goes. But it was usually in the lower half of my deck. I feel like I won every game I played it pretty much, except that last one, where I was already at 1 life when I cast it. So it was just tough. I feel like the deck was pretty... I'm happy with how I drafted it. Taking the Biolumeg definitely did some work. I had like a few games where getting that extra 4/4 was pretty nice. Maybe I should have played the Fear of Deaths. It just seems so bad with all their exploit cards. Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah. I mean, I didn't win a single game against that last opponent, but still, tough loss, tough loss. Most of my matches went to 3 games. Felt good to battle it out. Unfortunate not to make it to the top of the standings, but I think this deck wasn't a 10 out of 10, which you kind of need to go 6-1. Like, you need to run well, have good variance, and I got unlucky in some key spots that I needed if I was going to win all those games. Particularly against the opponent who just crushed me with his stupid 1/3 plus Ceremonial Knife and drawing all of, like, they drew like 4 Ancestral Angers in like 1 game and like their top 10 cards. So just tough defeats, but you get back up, you battle again. Yeah, they drew all 3 Ancestral Angers in their top like 5 cards and a Braid and all the stuff. Yeah,
But yeah, not being able to kill their creatures was a big problem. Binding Geist is kind of a weak card, so maybe I was supposed to just play like Chill of the Grave instead of that, but maybe just the statue. It was a tough one for sure. But yeah, interesting deck. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Dread Slow Demon, because Demon came very slow sometimes, even in that one game where it was our literal last card and we barely won. So yeah, hashtag Dread Slow Demon to eliminate, made it all the way to the end of the video. Also some pretty slow matches. I mean, very grindy ones, 3 games, very close stuff. If you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more draft content, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. It really does mean a lot to get your kind words in the comments. It's always really encouraging and fun to also answer your questions and interact with you folks, because it's a great community we've got here. And if you would like to join the NicolaiBolas Discord server, it's free to join. It's linked in the description down below. Also linked in the description is the NicolaiBolas Patreon. If you've been enjoying my videos, if they've been providing you with entertainment and you maybe getting some extra value from the information provided within, consider supporting the channel directly. Patreon, you gain access to some pretty cool rewards and benefits, and it's only a couple bucks a month. It's like real cheap and real affordable, and you can customize it for your budget, and you get some cool stuff like my card by card tier list and stuff like that. You can also find links to my articles and my Twitch stream, the NicolaiBolas merchandise store, all sorts of stuff in the description down below. That is going to do it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.